And for about 30 minutes, these guys were talking about what to do. When we asked them if we could leave, they said, no, we can't leave. I always had my camera on, and I remember just 5 Porter 30 police department officers just came and walked around me. And I had my video camera shooting.
Private property right here?
This is yes, and that's right here. Correct. This whole part, this whole prank.
As I'm talking to this cop about this being a public street, this being a New York City street, one of the police officers who was behind me actually took his hand and just grabbed my camera without even saying anything, grabbed my camera, turned it off, and then he told me, this is a gun. And then these cops then threatened me and said, you know, you have to get out of here, you can't stand here. And they basically forced us to leave. And then without having the advantage of having any communications, any cameras, we decided the best thing to do was to leave before they really set us up with bomb threats. Right after, they tried to set us up as terrorists. And right after the Zbigniew Brzezinski confrontation, I actually started getting phone calls and death threats from random people, from uncalled, from private numbers, as well as my loved ones started getting death threats. You're gonna, threaten us because of Brzezinski and what we did outside Building 7. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go outside David Rockefeller's house and confront David Rockefeller. You know what? I'm gonna go to Giuliani and confront him on his lies of 9/11. You know what? I'm gonna confront every political candidate there is, because they're not gonna silence me and they're not gonna stop me.
11 victims failing. I met you in October 2020. Sabrina?
Sabrina?
You came for Lieutenant Robert F. Wallace.
Of course.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You reported to Peter Jennings that on 9/11 that the World Trade, the towers were going to collapse, and excuse me, no steel structure in history has ever collapsed due to a fire. How come the people in the buildings weren't notified, and who else knew about this? And how do you sleep at night?
Ma'am, I didn't know that the towers were going to collapse.
He reported it to Peter Jennings.
No.
To Peter Jennings.
And also,
you indeed said that the towers, you were notified the towers were going to collapse while you were in some, not sure exactly where you were prior to, but you said on ABC video with Peter Jennings in an interview that you were aware that the towers were going to collapse in advance. We'd like to know who told you the towers were going to collapse in advance, sir, and also we'd like to know who else you told.
Well, the fact is that I didn't realize the towers would collapse. I never realized that.
You stated
If I can complete the sentence, to give me the courtesy to complete the sentence.
Yes, sir.
Our understanding was that over a long period of time, the way other buildings collapse, the towers could collapse, meaning over a 7, 8, 9, 10-hour period. No one that I knew of had any idea that they would implode.
You stated they would collapse.
Thank you.
But also,
Stated they
sir,
would collapse.
I went down to the scene and we set up headquarters at 75 Barclay Street, which was right there with the police commissioner, the fire commissioner, the head of emergency management. And we were operating out of there when we were told that the World Trade Center was going to collapse.
Now, if he knew the towers were going to collapse, how come he didn't tell the people in that building? How come he didn't tell the firefighters, the police officers?
Sabrina Rivera, who says she lost a family member on 9/11, grabbed Rudy's hand and wouldn't let go as she and others confronted America's mayor in the Bronx.
She doesn't have to give you information. She doesn't have to give you no information.
Giuliani!
Giuliani, you made $11 million off of the deaths on 9/11. Why did you lie to me on May 29th?
Guys, watch your back. My uncle on 9/11, Thomas Troy. Mayor, I wanted to ask you about the 500.
Thank you very much.
Why did you lie to me? My knowledge about the towers collapsing.
Excuse me, George, could I
Excuse me, John Schroeder just recently testified that he had explosives going on throughout the building.
There's no way. Mr. Giuliani, you're a traitor to this country. You will be going down very soon, sir.
Politicians, media whores, the establishment, the people who are lying, the people who are screwing us over are being confronted, and this is only going to grow.
Nice to meet you. I have one question for you, though.
Go ahead.
You said that you were speaking.
I'm not going to be able to give a long question.
Yeah, no, one question. Senator, thousands of first responders are dying, Senator. They need money, Senator. They need important funds, Senator. Senator, over 20,000 first responders are dying. They desperately need federal income, Senator. Senator, please support a new investigation, Senator.
You support a new 9/11 investigation, John?
Let's have our picture taken. Come on.
Oh, right. Can you take a picture?
Sure. Yeah,
It's a video. Here.
Okay, you ready?
All right, Joe.
What does it say?
9/11 was an inside job.
1, 2.
So I want to know if you support a new investigation into 9/11.
I do not. I do not.
And I know a lot of family members that questions were never answered by the commission report, and they demand a new investigation.
Any questions that they have, send to me and I'll try and get them answered.
Lee Hamilton and Thomas Keane said they were set up to fail. It's public record they did. We need a new investigation, sir. Stop your fear-mongering, John McCain. We know the truth. We know you are covering the death of 3,000 innocent Americans that deserve truth and justice. John McCain, you will be tried for treason for your cover-up of the events of 9/11.
If you know that there's treason going on, you can be held accountable for treason yourself.
Hey, guys.
It's true.
If you want to meet with me,
I want to meet with you.
You're not going to meet.
We got to talk now, too. Like I say, we got 30,000 plus first responders dying. They don't have time to wait anymore.
Yeah, we have about 14, 15 groups, and it's building. It's always building.
Former President Clinton raised money for his wife Hillary's campaign tonight at the State Theater in Minneapolis. When hecklers interrupted, shouting that the September 11th terror attacks were a fraud, President Clinton confronted them.
An inside job? How dare you? How dare you?
The hecklers were removed from the crowd. Tickets to the State Theater went for between...
The Bohemian Club? As you say, the Bohemian Club? That's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right? I've never been to the Bohemian Club, but you ought to go. It'd be good for you. Get some fresh air.
The latest happened in Minneapolis, where President Clinton was speaking at a fundraiser for his wife. From the audience, a 9/11 conspiracy nut interrupted him.
You guys aren't going to be able to get away with your New World Order, sir. Talk about Bill. You know what New World Order is.
Look at Connie Rice a couple of weeks ago. Bill Clinton, too, yeah. and John Kerry. They're going after everybody. And here's the thing. I mean, where do they get off doing this, and why do they think they're going to continue to be politely escorted out? At one point, with security so high and tensions on edge, don't you think they're going to get, at the very least, tased or beaten to a pulp?
Senator Clinton, how can we trust you as president when you're at the Bilderberg Group? Because that's high treason.
Hey, do we have some fucking security in this building? Or do I have to come over and pick this guy's ass out of here? Would you get the fuck out of my building?
Yesterday, it was a screaming audience member who got Bill's attention. President Clinton was campaigning for his wife in Corpus Christi, Texas yesterday when an idiot started waving a sign that claimed 9/11 was an inside job. After the
What's
speech,
Rosie O'Donnell doing in Corpus Christi?
the man led away in handcuffs and hopefully taken one of those secret prisons in Eastern Europe, never to be heard from.
Oh, I get that happens.
Right here. Mr. President, how can we didn't extradite bin Laden when the Sudanese government? How did you know the ISI was helping the Taliban, sir? How did you know they're helping them out? Is it classified? In the days following 9/11, you met with the head of Pakistani ISI, General Muhammad Ahmed. It has since come to light that he ordered Saeed Sheikh to wire $100,000 to Muhammad Atta. Why was he allowed to go back to Pakistan, and why wasn't he questioned, and why were you meeting with him?
There's a thing called diplomatic passports. We did not arrest Khrushchev when he came.
But he financed the hijackers, and you let him go, and he's free. He hijacked the hijackers.
No one knew he financed the
hijackers. He hijacked. It's wired. It's reported. It's not a ghetto life, sir. 9/11 was an inside job.
That one's not mine.
Yeah, this is the problem with live television. I guess it gets around that if you're on live, then the nutcases, yeah, and you are a nutcase, Building 7. Yeah. You know what that's all about? Of all the things I've said, and believe me, I've said a lot of things, as you all know, that could get my head on a block. The one that they protest about out here is the people who think that the World Trade Center was a controlled explosion. You see, in that instance, I'm actually defending President Bush. I don't think President Bush brought down the World Trade Center.
Hillary Clinton, Bill Maher, even Nancy Pelosi have been verbally assaulted and scorned by these cranks.
Ms. Pelosi, do you support a new investigation of 9/11, as do the victims' families? No?
We work closely with the victims' families. They wanted the legislation passed.
The 9/11 Commission report doesn't even mention the collapse of Building 7.
If authorities don't wise up fast, bad things are going to happen. Wait and see.
Bloomberg, why do you want to destroy the First Amendment with the new camera ban, sir?
I'm working with the press. I just want to comment. Why would you?
Nice to see you. It's a wonderful day. I hope you
It is a
enjoy
beautiful
yourself.
day. I just want to know why do you want to destroy the First Amendment?
I'm a capitalist. Why are you shutting down the news competition? I'm a capitalist. Why are you shutting down the news competition?
That's assault.
Why are you shutting down news competition?